Yes, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining our tonight's exchange training. I take this opportunity to welcome everyone for this particular present training. I'm just coming in to help my brother who was supposed to be the host, none other than Abdul Wahid, who is not fine tonight. So I'm coming as a substitute to help in. So I take this opportunity before to welcome everyone. You can see Kenya, Abdullah is our trainer tonight, Arafat Sembo, our CM, Uganda, our Dr. Kalima, the CTO, Huda Sulaiman, Janat Kwewa, Mariam, Najib, Salma, Smo, Zamzam Uthman. Thank you so much for joining. Yes, join me to welcome the one and only our Kenya, who is the CashTelex investor, an entrepreneur who is working with CashTelex for some good time and calling many people in CashTelex community to enable them to enjoy the benefits of this project. Is now with us tonight to train or to take us through the CashTelex Go. Join me to welcome Kenya Abdullah to the stage, please. Our trainer tonight, Abdullah Kenya, you have the floor. Thank you so much.
So tonight I'm going to be taking you our CashTelex security as you're going to be popping onto my screen because we've got two layers into our CashTelex exchange, and I'm going to be taking you through those steps, and then you will realize how the active layer is, and then also you'll be able to differentiate between the deactivated and inactive layer. How do they look like? How do I know that my account has been activated or deactivated, as in for security reasons? Because some of us, we do lose our authenticators and then we find it hard to restore them back. So I'm going to be taking you through those steps tonight. So I would like each of us to switch and then to this presentation. So my host, am I audible enough?
Yes, you are.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to be sharing my screen, but before, let me say I have lost my phone, I have lost my laptop, my authenticator onto my phone. What I will do, it will be very easy and it will be very simple. These are the steps I'm going to be taking in case I have lost my gadgets or they are stolen. What will come into my mind? So, what will come into my mind? I'll look for my email. I'll come here. Let me say I'm going to write to support. I have lost my phone, or it is stolen, or it is broken. I'll click on to compose, and then from compose, I will make sure that the email or I'm using it's the same for that account I signed up in CashTelex. Let me say I signed up my CashTelex account in the names of Shilibu Kenya 103 at gmail.com. So the same email I'm meant to use here when I'm deactivating my authenticator. Remember, you had an active authenticator and then you want to deactivate it because your gadget has been stolen or it is broken or damaged. And then you write to support here, like as you can see, support at cashtelex.com. What next are you going to do? And then from there you will come to subject. Why do you want this authenticator you had? because you don't have access to your account, and then remember you had already this authenticator that could give access to your account. You're writing the reason why you want it. You will say the activation of my authenticator. Deactivate my authenticator. And then here when you're composing, you have to write a reason why you want it to be deactivated. So I will say I have lost my phone, or you can say I have changed my phone. So from there, and then you can attach, like you write anything you feel like of your choice. You don't burden yourself with writing like notes, too much notes. So you simplify everything. Deactivate my authenticator. I have lost, or I have changed my phone, or it has been stolen, or it has been damaged. And then what else will you do? You will make sure you take a snap or a photo like this one. As you can see, you write it properly. You write CashTelex on top, your name, and then the date when you want your authenticator to be deactivated, the current date. Like let me say today it's 28th or 10th, 2023 or 2020, any of your choice, but the current date when your account has been what? Like your authenticator has been, like let me say it has been stolen onto the gadget, or your gadget has been stolen, but you make sure that onto that date, or that date when you have lost your gadget or laptop, you write it down, inclusive of the document you used when you were signing up for this account or for the CashTelex account. Like it might be an ID, you have to make sure you consider the ID you used. If it was a laptop, you have to make sure you consider a laptop if it's the one you used. So to avoid all that, you have to make sure like those identifications do match, because some of us we say I used my passport and then now I'm deactivating my authenticator, they have failed to reply to me, but that case comes back to us. Why? Because sometimes the documents we used when we are signing up for these accounts, they do not be matching, like the one you used and the one you're using now to deactivate the authenticator, they're not matching. That's why sometimes the information is like it's pending into the system, and it takes long to be to get a reply or a feedback from support. So you have to be keen onto that also. After writing this down, you'll come here back into your you'll come back here into your mail where I wrote support here, because I'd already composed, as we said. I'm writing to support, and then after I'll come back here, account, sorry, deactivate my authenticator, and then you write to support. I have lost my what? My phone. Kindly deactivate my Google Google Authenticator, and then you put a dot, and then you will attach the image, the one you took holding the ID on your chest. You will include it here. You'll come here, click onto the images. You'll click onto where I stored the image. Let me first check here a little bit. It is here. And then I will attach this image like the way how you see it, hold it. And then after that, I'll click onto the send button. It will go direct to support and it will be received. From there, what will be next? Now my account is deactivated, as you can see here. So this is a deactivated account. After submitting the documents to support, it will be like this. Because remember, I have lost my authenticator. I want it to be deactivated. Now it has been deactivated. So I want to activate it back. So I will click on to enable. I'll click on to enable, as you can see. Now support has deactivated my Google Authenticator, and then it sent me my ciphertext, the one I had lost onto the phone I had. But after writing to support, it returned back my authenticator, or it deactivated the other authenticator because I had lost it. I'll copy this authenticator. I'll click on to copy and then paste it into my Google Authenticator here. I'll click here. Then I'll click on to enter. I write my email, like as we said. Because you remember, if you had lost your Google Authenticator, you have to make sure the email you wrote to, let me say, to support, or when the email you used when signing up for your account, it's the one you use when you're writing to support. Don't use anyone's email or your friend or your wife or your grandmother's email. You have to make sure you write to support using your email, the one you used when signing up for that account or the CashTelex account. And then I'll enter the key here. I will paste the key, the one I copied from the other side, and then set it to time-based. And then I will add. So what else? It will start counting onto my screen, because now I have recovered my Google Authenticator onto my phone, and then I will be able to access my account again. So as you're going to be seeing how I'm going to paste in these 6 digits. I'll copy the current digits on the Google Authenticator and then come back here to Google. And then where you see password on the Authenticator, and then I'll paste in the password. After pasting in the password, I'll click on to enable. Now my account, I'm activating it. It has been deactivated. So it was deactivated. Now I'm activating it back. So this tendency of losing your authenticity, like the authenticator, and after that, you'll be looking for it when it's nowhere to be seen. So we got a solution for it. So I'll come back here and then copy it again. Come back to Google, because I have to make sure I paste in the current one. I have to use some speed so that it does not expire. Now, when my account is activated, that's how it pops. You will look here where it was enable when it is disabled, sorry. And then that means the first layer is active, because at first it was like it was deactivated or it was not active. Now it is active. So I would go to the second layer, because both of them are two-factor authentication. But the first one is the security. You cannot sign in with the two-factor authentication without signing in the first one. You have to first sign in the first one, and then it will produce the second one. So what we will do next, I'll also enable the second layer. How? Because I have already got my authentication. I had lost it. Now I have recovered it back. I'll come to Google Authenticate again, and then copy the current. I'll copy the current. I'll copy the current authenticator. After copying the current authenticator, I'll paste in. As you can see, this is a Google Authenticator, and then I'll paste in here, and then click on to verify. After verification, also Wait, it will be verified. Sorry for that disturbance. Now I have to copy the current one because you have to use some speed. It expires quickly. And then I'll come back here, paste in, verify, and then it will be verified. So when we speak about security at CashTelex, that's what we mean. So now both my two-factor authentications, or the first layer and the second layer, are now active from being deactivated. Because why did we go this step? I have lost my laptop, I have lost my gadget, I have lost everything concerning my account. Now I have I have recovered them back. Now my account is active from all bad guys. So now I have recovered everything about my account, or my CashTelex account. So I would like to end from there. So if there are some Q&A, I would like to welcome them before I break a leg. Thank you for listening in tonight. I return the mic back to my host. Thank you.
Thank you so much, our trainer tonight, Abdallah Bukenya, for the powerful training of taking us through the very important part of security part. Remember, when we talk about CashTelex, we prioritize so much the security. And according to our trainer, has clarified us with the layers in line of security. This first layer, the second layer, how to deactivate if anything happens. I want to use this opportunity to thank everyone. Can see Center Mohsin, can see Huda Sulaiman, Hassan K, Aruna, Amna, our MDs with us, the great ways, Dr. Kalema, Badu Sufyan, Babalola Mariam, Askom, Abdulwahid, and many others. Please, thank you so much for sparing time and be part of this influential project. A very great training we have got from our Bukenya Abdullah. I wish you the best. Good morning, good night, bye-bye.